Welcome to episode 756 here on the Charlotte Mitchell Radio Show. As we kick off Women's History Month, I am super excited to have a dynamic woman with us in the virtual studio that you're going to get to hear all about, Miss Rita Ricks. Listen, she is a spiritual transformation expert, and today we're going to be chatting about evolving in business. Act 3. It's going to be good. Don't you move. You're checking us out here on the Charlotte Mitchell Radio Show, and we're going to be right back after this quick intro.
Whoa. Why y'all so happy?
You don't know? Charlotte Mitchell is on the radio.
It's time to get motivated, excited, and influenced. Why? It's the Charlotte Mitchell Radio Show, live from Richmond, Virginia. And now, here to motivate, excite, and influence you, Charlotte Mitchell.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Charlotte Mitchell Radio Show, broadcasting live from the capital city of Richmond, Virginia, but heard and seen all across the World Wide Web. Shout out to those that are live with us across 3 different places on Facebook. Hello to those on YouTube. Listen, YouTube is already jumping. We're gonna bring you in. Shout out to those that are watching with us from Instagram live or later. Certainly LinkedIn. We cannot leave you out. Some of you are like, you know what, Charvette, I just watched from charvette.com. Listen, we love that you love it over there. And then certainly those that are listening to our podcast from various places across the world, certainly on Apple Podcasts, Buzzsprout, Amazon Music, and all the places. Thank you so much for being here, because you know the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we're going to do just that today. So I encourage you to share the link with a friend. You know what? Just jump over. This is what you got. All you got to do if you're watching on your phone, just pick up your phone, and I'm doing it right now live, just posting it here in my Facebook community. You hit the share button. It's that simple. And that's it. That's all you got to do. All right. Welcome. Listen, let me shout out some people that are here. Listen, family is always supportive. Shout out to Roberto all the way from New York hanging out with us. We're glad to have you. Shout out to my blood sister, Kimberly. Listen, her and her husband just celebrated 34 years of marriage this week. 34 years of marriage. We're super excited about that, and a strong supporter of the show. You all have seen her over in the comments on YouTube. Got a shout out to my mom. Hey there. Good to see you, and all those that are coming on in. So let me introduce our guest, and also let you know that this segment is brought to you by our 9th annual conference, O to the M to the G. We are literally kicking off early bird registration is actually kicked off right now. Technically tomorrow, but you know, since y'all are here, you always get the inside scoop and the inside vibe. So we're excited that you are looking forward to being with us here in Richmond, Virginia, November 7th, November 8th. That's a Friday and a Saturday. The Platform Builder Summit. That's where you want to go, platformbuildersummit.com. And who is this for? This is for any women entrepreneur and leader who is looking to turn their expertise into revenue by telling the story of their business by way of marketing and branding. And we're going to be talking about some business development things as well. So join us. All right. So let me tell you about our guest that is here with us in the virtual green room. Listen, if you are from Richmond, Virginia, which is super cool when I get the opportunity to talk to guests that are in the same city. We talk to people all over, but it's amazing when we can talk to people in the same city. And so if you're from Richmond, Virginia, I know you are familiar with this dynamic lady. If you're looking for a speaker who can ignite your spirit and renew the person within, look no further than this incredible force of nature, Rita Ricks. This spiritual coach is unlike any other on the speaking circuit, with her unique ability to inspire everyone in her view. With her razor sharp wisdom, quick wit, and infectious energy, she'll light a fire under your feet and encourage you all at the same time. Encourage you every step of the way. It's like she knows exactly what you're going through. Her secret weapon: personal life experiences that she shares openly with her audience. But don't be fooled by her warm demeanor. This powerhouse is also a talented business coach who has paved the way as an award-winning entrepreneur for over 40 years. And in her own words, Rita is in Act 3 of her journey in loving life. Without further ado, put your hands together. Welcome to the virtual stage, Rita Ricks. Hello.
Hello, my dear. Thank you for having me.
Listen, we are so excited to have you. Listen, the audience is clapping. The audience is clapping it up right there.
I love it. I love it.
We love it. We love it. So thank you so much again for being here. And certainly you have so much wisdom and so much to share, as this powerhouse in business and really personal development for over 40 years. How did it all get started for you? Where did things start?
So I started off as a sixth and seventh grade teacher. That's how my career started. Wow. Actually, not far from where I live right now. It's so ironic because I live off of, anyway, it's not that far from here. And so I taught for 15 years. And I finally realized that the kids were going to keep coming. Every year it was going to be a new group. And I finally said, I got to get out of here. I have got to stop. Middle school kids, they have their own thing. But I opened a fashion boutique with a partner on Franklin Street across from the library. It was called Simply Elegant. And that was my introduction to business. I was a sociology major with a master's in adult education. So I didn't know the business part, but I knew people. And I was able to buy clothes that I thought women would like. And it was a wonderful experience for me. I learned so much about women and their buying habits and their power and their buying power. And so that was how I got into business with Simply Elegant. Yeah.
My goodness. And so you're always fashionable, like literally whenever I see you. So that now certainly full circle ties in. And so what were some of the pivotal moments that really shaped you, as a business leader and as your journey continued?
So one of the things that we did, so I left the boutique after about 2.5 years and I opened Mirror Enterprise. And that was in 85, in January of 85. And that's therefore it's the 40 years. But we were a professional and personal development training company. And then we got a call to do development for people coming off of welfare. Professional training for those folks. And we did that for about 7 years and it was amazing. It was wonderful. We sent a lot of people out to work. And I think that was one of the best things we've ever done because we see folks even now, they'll say, Ms. Ricks, I remember you. And then I also was very involved with the Virginia Minority Supplier Development Council. And I actually was chairman of the MBEs. What was supposed to be 2 years ended up being 13. But I learned a lot. It was great. We won a bunch of awards and we were put on the map. We behaved and acted as CEOs. Even though we were considered minority, they have all kinds of labels, underserved, minority. We never dealt with those labels. We were and are still CEOs of our own business. And so we want to talk to CEOs of the business we want to work with.
Wonderful. And certainly that work is still, still going, like you said, still living on, still going on.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And so how would you say your approach to entrepreneurship and leadership, has evolved over the years?
So this is something that I think is very important. So it's 40 years I've been in business and I started teaching Scaling for Growth, which is a state, the Commonwealth offers this class. Yes. And the class comes out of Boston, Massachusetts, and the organization is called Enterprise. So I've taught 17 classes over the course of the last 8 or 9 years. And what I learned, believe it or not, is that I was an entrepreneur, but I wasn't acting like a business owner. There was so much that I didn't know. And I've learned that my skill is great. And most of us, when we go into business because there's something we love. But we don't always have, the accountant and the attorney and all of the people that we need. And I know we have to start slow. I understand that. But just running a business is very different, in my opinion, from being an entrepreneur. So that's where the leadership comes in, because I have these people. All of my people are 1099, so I have to respect that they are not mine, so I have to respect their time, and I have to do as much work as I ask them to do. So the leadership piece is important, because they don't have to work for you. Nobody has to work for you, but you want people who are on the bus and are in the right seats. And it amazes me that the number of people, like I just had two gentlemen I'm working with now in my Sustainable Legacy Mastermind class. And they were saying, I lose people. I'm losing people. I don't understand. They're just leaving. So I said, well, do you have an exit interview? And they said, no. I said, well, how do you know why they left? Well, they said they wanted to go. I said, but it's important for you to find out. They may just want a different position. They may just want to do something else. They may just want a day off. So we have to talk. Our people are so important, which is why we have to pay attention to our people, because they are our biggest asset.
Absolutely. And that's if you're a small business owner, you are a company that has 30,000 employees. It is the same principle. Welcome to all those that are popping on in. You're checking out the Charvette Mitchell Radio Show. And we are here kicking off Women's History Month with Rita Ricks, spiritual transformation expert. While people are listening, how can they follow you and connect with you online?
So www.ritaricks.com. That is my website. And then I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. I think that's it. And of course, YouTube. And I'm really in the process of growing my YouTube. So I want you to go there. I'm going to be offering workshops there, 10, 15-minute workshops, because we have to stay with everything that's happening around the world at this point. This is how I do as a transformation coach. We have to leave the chaos alone, because it's out here, it's loud, it's disturbing, it's distracting, and we have to learn how to go inside. Yeah. We have to learn how to live inside. And one of the questions you asked that I love had to do with the personal life and the professional life. And I believe as an entrepreneur, I'm still, a grandma and a mom. Yes. And so we have to, when we're creating our business plan, we have to put in there time for vacation, time with our kids. We have to do that because otherwise we will burn out, typically on the family side. Not so much the business side, but the family side. So I think it's really important that we take the time to, first of all, and I know you know this, have a coach. I'm sure you have one, Charvette. Yes. I have a couple, and they are so important to being able to sit out here and look down on you and figure out what's working and what's not working.
Yeah, so good. And certainly, as you said, all the things and all the noise that's out there. And let me publicly shout you out and applaud you. And you don't even know, this is not in the notes, this is not in the prep or any of this. I observed a post during the election season on my friends' line, on my friends in my feed. Let me just say it that way. And there was some dissertation back and forth, and you provided your comment, but then you opened the door. You said, you know what? I'd like to take this. I'd like to have this conversation offline. You stood your ground. I don't know if you remember this, but you stood, and you might have done this multiple times, but I saw one feed where you didn't agree with what was being said, but you shared your opinion, and then you invited the person, we can have an offline, or you were open to an offline conversation.
You never did it. And you never did it. Yeah, I have done it a couple of times. And it's like they got this big mouth in front of everybody, but then you don't come offline, because I want to just talk one-on-one. I'm curious. I want to know, but you got to talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah, good. So anyway, I shout you out for
Yeah,
that
thank you.
braveness there as we're continuing to talk about evolving. So as a spiritual transformation expert, how are you helping business owners and professionals really align their work to the deeper purpose? And I think that since the pandemic, which somebody put on Instagram, next week will be like 5 years of when that notice came out, like to hunker down. And we've been 5 years from that. And I think in that period, like purpose was really huge for people. And like, what am I supposed to be doing? So as a spiritual transformation expert, how are you helping business owners and leaders with that?
And that was a time for us to pause. I don't know how many, and we did. We paused, we slowed down. But everybody didn't take that and work with it. So I have a 3-pronged formula that I share with everybody, anytime, anywhere. You have to get up in the morning 30 minutes earlier, because the first thing you need to do before you grab your phone, before you grab the remote control, you have to write in your journal. I call it a Dear God letter. I don't care what you call it, but you need to download what's in your head from yesterday, from day before. You need to download it. You need to write it in that journal and then close the journal. And then you need to read something positive, whether it's Jesus calling or something from any number of people that have daily devotions or scripture. And so you've now downloaded, so you don't have that in your head. You can now put this fresh reading in your head. And then the key is to get your alarm, set it for 20 minutes, and be silent. The solution is in the silence. That is what you have to practice in order to get yourself to a point where you can hear yourself think. And we have to get there. We have to get there. To me, it is the most important thing we can do on a regular basis, because the more you do it, the more you slow down your rhythm. And the more you slow down your rhythm, the better you are to make decisions. And the better you are to make decisions, the fewer mistakes you make. But you cannot do it on a Saturday morning for 15 minutes and think. You've got to be able to slow down. And what I do, especially on Saturday, is to get in my closet on the floor. I've got my blanket around me. I've got my journal, and I'm quiet. And the silence is beautiful. In the beginning, it might be difficult. I understand, because you have to train your brain. But the more you do it, the more you get into that space. And remember, we are human beings, not human doings. And so we have to be quiet. We have to be present. We have to be flexible. We have to be open. And that comes from just, again, being silent. It's so wonderful.
And so this ties so beautifully into this conversation around evolving in business, because in that silence, then there is clarity. And then the clarity, or any evolution that you need to take with your business, or with your ideal client, or with your marketing, or with your business development, will become more clear.
That's right.
That's
right. And the new ideas, the ideas just come. They come. Oh, I didn't think about this. I didn't think about that. That's in the silence. That's why I say the solution is in the silence. It really is.
Yes, shout out Ayana Smith and company. The solution is in the silence. Giving a shout out there over on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I saw some hearts go up right during that part.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Good.
Connect with that. And so you're calling this phase of your journey Act 3, which I totally love that. And so what does that mean to you? What does that mean to you?
What it means to me is that in a little over 4 weeks, I'll be 78.
Wait a minute. Let me squint. Do I need to change my contacts? Wow.
I'm 77 and my birthday's April 11th. And so there's just so much still to be done. There's just, and so that's a lot of what I do too, is deal with, getting rid of that whole aging myth, because we are here until we aren't. And the wisdom, I do have some wisdom. I used to didn't, but I do now. And so it's important for me to share those things that I think are important. Like, don't get stuck on somebody, something, someone. You can't stay, you get stuck and you can't move and do what it is you want to do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my, silence is gold. Yes, Roberto. And hello, Wendy. Comedian Wendy Lee from Wakanda.
I love it.
Yes, Ayana, we are here
Until
until
we
we
aren't.
aren't.
Yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Val, thank you. All right now, she's just turned 70 and knocking the door down.
That's it.
Yes, Wendy
Let me
Lee.
tell you, it is absolutely fun. I remember 40, I was excited to be there. But then you're like trying to figure out, oh, I'm not a kid anymore. And then at 50, I actually, in my 50s, I got breast cancer. And that was learning for me. It was quick, fast, and in a hurry, but it changed my eating. It changed my whole idea about how I take care of me. I am grateful for that. Because that's when I stopped eating meat, and no chicken, and just eating differently and taking care of myself. And even now, I've probably been lifting weights for 10 years.
I've seen you. Listen, I've seen your reels.
I don't play. I have a trainer. I see him tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock. So by the time I was 60 then, and my kids are grown and I then turned inward. It's like, this is all about me, about me. And that's what I love about 60 and 70 is like, well, it's still going to be about me.
Yeah, still going to be about you. Oh my goodness. As people are listening and watching, how can they work with you?
I'd love for them to just go to my website. Again, www.ritaricks.com. Contact us and they're welcome to contact me. I'd love to talk to them. Okay. We have a silence every second Tuesday of the month that's virtual, but then we also go to Richmond Hill. So folks who are in Richmond Hill is up on Gray Street on the highest hill in the city. We're going to be doing a silence there as well. So I love coaching. It is my purpose. It is why I'm here. And I want everybody to just move inside, forget out here, move inside so that they can get the joy that they deserve. And it's not anything. It has nothing to do with lack. It's all about abundance. So, 78 is going to be real good, I think.
All right. There you have it. Deborah, thank you for being here. She said, you look beautiful.
Thank you, Miss Deborah. I appreciate it.
Oh my goodness. So glad to have you and see you here. So you've got the information. Those that are listening to the podcast version, look down below in the show notes. We have full bio for Rita. All of her links are connected there. If you're on YouTube, look down below in the show notes, and that's everything there. So Wendy Lee, a comedian, Wendy Lee said, I've done silent retreats at Richmond Hill. It's very rewarding.
Good. That's where I started, Wendy. I started at Richmond Hill. Yeah, about 2009. So I've been doing it for a minute.
Oh, wonderful. And you've written some books too. So permission granted and hashtag just for today. And so
hashtag just for today has 365 tasks that you can do in a year. So that's a motivational book. And you just open the book anywhere and do this for today. It may be pay it forward. It may be exercise. It may be rest. It may be read this. It depends. But yeah, it's a combination. So I've got those. They're in my shop. They're on my shop page, and I'm happy to send you one.
Great. Yeah. RitaRicks.com is where you can go for that. RitaRicks.com is where you can go. And so Rita, mindset shifts, like that's, big thing that people are always talking about. And what would you say are the mindset shifts that people need to make when, for their next phase of their career or their personal life?
So I would love for them to go read my blogs, but I have two in particular. One is about time. You own you reclaim your time so you can own your reality. We don't pay enough attention to time. We just let it go. And time is all, we cannot control time and we don't know how much we have. So I do this, I wrote this blog, and I love that I really don't just talk about, time in itself. I'm talking about how do you actually reclaim who you are. So you have to assess where you are. We do a mind mapping in there. It's really, really cool. So I would encourage them to go to the blog. And then I also have a self-manual workbook in the shop that they can get. So read the blog and then go get the workbook. The other one that I'm going to be doing really soon, this month, in fact, it's going to be the first part of April, is faith versus fear. Your choice shapes your future. And what I know is that when you don't trust, fear is something. Well, there's two types, because number one, you can see a snake and you're afraid of the snake, and so you should be fearful. But then there's another one where you anticipate something happening. That's anxiety.
Yeah.
It's not fear. That's anxiety. And that's what we have to pay attention to. If we spend our lives trying to wait for something to happen, we lose the present.
Yeah.
Or if we say, well, it happened to so-and-so, we lose the present. And I am all for staying in the present. This is all we have.
Yeah.
The term that I use is this moment matters. Right here. Right here.
Right here.
So we need to live this moment. Tomorrow is not promised. Yesterday's gone.
That's it. I saw Genesis Dorsey say over on Instagram that we often look at time as a thief when we should look at time as a gift.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because it's a gift to us because we don't know how much time we have.
We really don't. We really
good.
don't. Reclaim your time so you own your reality. Yes, yes. Thank you, Roberto. He said, this is so precious. Yes.
Awesome, Roberto. Good.
This is so precious. Awesome conversation. And so mindset shifts, you definitely dealt with that. What's coming up for you? Like what's next? I know you host retreats and you host some additional things outside of what else?
Yeah. So we have what's called the Seeker Circle. And for I think it's $19.99, you can join. It's a one-time payment. And we are on WhatsApp. But we have some things planned, like we're going to Browns Island, Browns Candle, not Browns Island, Browns Candle this month, and we're going to either, we're going to make some candles. We have a member who has a pool, so we're going to go there. In October, we're going to do, going down to Williamsburg. There's some shops down there we're going to see. So there are different things that we do as a group. In October, I want us to go down to the Delta Hotel and spend the night and maybe even the weekend, so we can have a girls kind of conversation going on, because I want to address what's concerning people, what's concerning women. What is it when you get with your girlfriends that you all talk about? Is it not enough time? Is it not enough money? What is it? Because that's what I want to begin addressing on my YouTube channel. Even if it's just 10 minutes or 15 minutes, give you something to go on so it will get you started. But at the end of the day, you need a coach.
There you go. At the end of the day, you need a coach.
Yeah.
Again, I'll jump over to RitaRicks.com. There you can find out all the information there. And so my last question, the goal of the show is to motivate, excite, and influence. And we want to know what continues to motivate Rita Ricks.
I have two amazing granddaughters that are 27 and 23. I have two amazing daughters. So we call ourselves the Fab Five, because there are 5 of us. And so we have a really good time together. But I tell you, I love action movies. I'm crazy for Netflix. I need to just remove my whole TV. But at the end of the day, I am so grateful to God. I just have this amazing relationship with God. And it is why I'm still here. Yeah. I have no doubt, because my assignment isn't over. And what he wants me to do is to show women, how to remove the barriers, preventing them from creating the life they were born to live. That's my assignment. That's my purpose. And I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep doing it.
Well, well done. You are absolutely on track and continuing to impact so many lives.
And let me say that I'm looking forward to speaking to folks, but I also am a speaker. So if there's an organization that you need a speaker or a panelist, give me a call. Let's see if we can make something happen.
All right, there you go. Open invitation. And again, just look down below in the show notes, listeners, and you'll hear and see everything. And so that, I'm telling you, our time just flew by, Rita.
Yeah, really.
It really did. But thank you so much just for being the opening show for Women's History Month. But more than that, certainly a beacon and a light here in Richmond, Virginia, and abroad as well. So thank you for stopping by the show.
You take care.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right. Woo. Amazing kickoff for Women's History Month here on the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. If you are hanging out with us over on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. That is the most consistent way and easiest way to partake the show by way of video. If you are one of our podcast listeners and you are listening, wherever you are listening, subscribe. If you are over on Apple, if you are on a Buzzsprout, if you are on all of the places, Spotify, iHeart Music, all of that, subscribe so that you get a quick notification and you won't lose or miss any of the content that we have coming out. So thank you so much for all those, even over on Instagram. Comedian Wendy Lee, I see you over there. Look, she jumped around over on LinkedIn, over on Instagram, and over on Facebook and all the places. So thank you for being here. And again, to my sister Kim, shout out to her. As a reminder, early bird registration is open for the 9th annual Platform Builder Summit. Just jump over to platformbuildersummit.com. And again, who is this for? Women entrepreneurs, women leaders who are ready to turn their expertise into revenue by telling the story of their business through marketing and branding and some business development. And so that's all, that's what we're going to be talking about and chatting about and all that good stuff. And so until we meet up and connect with you all again, it is going to be a wrap. Thank you so much for being here. If you come back and listen later, just type replay or I'm catching up, and we'd love to give you some love. All right. Peace and love.
Live from Richmond, Virginia, you've been listening to the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show. Catch Sharvette Mitchell every Tuesday at 6 p.m., interviewing all the stars you want to hear from. So until next week, stay motivated, excited, and influenced. This is the Sharvette Mitchell Radio Show.
I am Sharvette Mitchell, CEO of Mitchell Productions, the producer and host of the Platform Builder Summit. We are here in beautiful Richmond, Virginia with 115 amazing women, professional service providers. We have therapists, we have accountants, we have realtors in this space, and we're excited about all of the amazing transformations that their businesses and their brands will continue to have.
I was drawn to this conference because of all the beautiful things I heard about the conference. This is my first experience, so I've only heard great things about the empowering women that shared their stories and the things that people take it away from it, and I wanted that experience.
One of the things that I've enjoyed the most about just meeting other women and interacting with other women is the fact that we all realize that we can work together and we can partner together. I don't know how you can come to a Sharvette event and not leave more confident in your skill set and in your gifting, and that's absolutely what I feel today, having just been in the room for the past couple days.
Anything and everything you could think of in regards to business has been discussed, from marketing to finance to planning to strategy to platform building. It's so many amazing nuggets that I can take back and actually implement and grow my business.
This is my second time coming to one of these conferences, and I'm telling you, every time I just get more fired up about what it is, what my why is.
This is going to energize me for the rest of the year and into 2024. So grateful.